Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of the high ticket sales 21-day challenge. And this episode we want to look at how do you close deal like a pro, right? So there are ways to close deals like an amateur. There are also ways to close deals like a professional. And I always say that no matter what, you want to be a professional in a sales deal, right? Be that professional. But I think the beginning is what is not professional when closing a sales, when doing a deal. Number one that is not professional is begging the customer to buy from you. And I see this a lot, particularly in an African, context. You see someone say, please, if you don't do business with me, I'm going to lose my job. My boss is going to fire me. And yes, as much as sometimes this work, particularly at the beginning of your career as a salesperson, sometimes people want to support you, people pity you, but particularly when there's some sentimental connection. I remember a gentleman who I was, met me. He happened to be a member of my church, and we met at the embassy. I was applying for my UK visa then. And he told me he was working for this company. It's a popular travel agency. And knowing he's a member of the church, I happen to be a leader in the church. I want to support this young member. I decided to buy my ticket to London from him. Extremely expensive, but it was out of pity, and I think I probably bought one or two. To my surprise, and hear this very well. Later he told me he's left the company he used to work for to a new company that promised him some things that were much better. Unfortunately, those ones didn't keep to their words, and he just needed more help. I was extremely upset. Of course, I never did business with him again. And so that's an example, classic example of just people choosing to do business with you, not because you're skillful, not because for anything, just to pity. But it doesn't always last, just like here. You take it for granted. They also don't like the fact that it was just out of sentiment. It wasn't because they feel you deserve it. And you want to deserve it. You want to be that professional salesperson that people look at and say, hey, you deserve my business. So, number one, don't be a beggar. So how should you not beg? Come to the table with value. Know the product, number one. Understand your product very well. Number two, understand your industry. Now, there's a difference between your product and your industry. I'll give you an example. Right now, if you're doing real estate in Nigeria, trust level is zero. Nobody trusts any real estate company. So that's an industry product issue, right? Now, the land or house you're selling, that's the product. So you have to understand your industry so much so if somebody raises it up with you, I say, all of you guys are corrupt. It's been believed that you're all fake. Even your company, I just Googled them. There are a few clients complaining as well. If you understand the industry, then you can let them know that, yes, that's true. But it's an industry-wide challenge in the sense that we currently have the devaluation issue that had affected cost of building. So people were buying houses. We needed to ask them to pay more money because, hey, cement has gone up. Same thing with those who buy land. We had to ask them to pay more money for development levy. And some people are not happy about that. Of course, we ain't going to do fiscal allocation when you haven't, done, payment. You are still owing us. And we've decided to also pay back and compared to other competitors who are not doing so. To say, if you don't want to pay development levy, we'll refund you whatever you pay, but give us some time. Now, when you understand the industry, you can compare your company with other companies. You can answer the wide range of questions, right? Beyond just the product you're selling. But If you are not professional, you just, hey, just do business with me. Just please do business with me. Just please help me. Just help me. Just help me. You see, you need to help me. Then people are saying, hey, but your industry seems to have a major issue. You won't have an answer other than just help me, just help me, just help me. Okay? So understand your product, understand the industry. And this is very, very important. Number next, be very discreet. You know, there is the place of being extremely discreet when it comes to doing transactions. I remember I've always said this over time. As much as sometimes some customers can push your button, right? To a point where you are tempted to even disclose their name, disclose what really happened in terms of the transactions. Sometimes you're also saying, what is professionalism here? Because I could go head on head with this person knowing that I have some rights, knowing that our company could prove we're right, but we'll lose other customers who will say, hey, the day I disagree with your company, you're just going to put my information all over the world and everybody will see it on the internet. I don't think you people are discreet enough for me to do business with you. So being discreet is very, very important, right? And that's important. And people will check that out with the way you talk, with how you interfere. You know, some of us, for example, are very, what's the word? I'm looking for the right word. We're very forceful, okay, by design. And so you have access to somebody because you're helping them do some transaction, you're helping them do some things, and so on and so forth. And suddenly you're having to be, oh, sir, do it this way. Or you're intruding family issues, personal issues, right? You see, there are just certain things you must be smart about. You must know your boundaries. You could be in a meeting and something is going on and you just act like you didn't see it. You're not involved. Those are some of the little professionalism you must demonstrate. You might, particularly those of you who are female, find clients who choose to be unprofessional. You have to go back to professionalism. Let them know you love that the transaction remain professional. You might have customers, for example, try to insult you and use vulgar words. Professionally, you have to let them know such is not allowed in our organization. Not even our management is allowed to use vulgar words against anybody that work here. So I would like us to stay professional. Remember also that this call is being recorded. And that's also another powerful thing. Always introduce and let them know the call is recorded. It helps both parties because you know you're recorded. You're of your best behavior. The other party, knowing that they are being recorded, most times are most likely also going to be of their best behavior. And even if they are not, there's enough evidence to prove your own part of the story. And of course, haven't closed the transaction. Make sure you explain in detail. Sometimes, and I've had this issue with some of our those who work with us as well. And I'm happy all of you are watching this video as well. Be honest with people. Be truthful. You won't catch me personally doing a business with anyone that I haven't been truthful. Now, it's their business whether they believe me or they don't believe me. That's their business. That's not mine. But I've always worked so hard to be honest and be truthful when dealing with any customer. And I think it's one of the best things you want to do. Be truthful, be honest, be professional, and keep it professional. You have no idea how this will help you into the future. Things may even happen in future where your integrity is called to question. You know, what will keep playing in the mind of people is your level of professionalism dealing with them. That will keep ringing in their minds, and just based on the fact that they keep saying, no, something is wrong here. Because I've dealt with this person and this person is professional. So if somebody is trying to tell me otherwise, I'm not going to believe them because I know who this person is. It's happened many times. My integrity, for example, people have called it to question. But those who know me and have done business with me, I've always said, look, if I remember a client sent me something, recently I went viral. I said to me, somebody who knew I do business with you sent me this, but I clearly discard them because I know they are pure nonsense and I don't believe what they said. And I think that is the way you want to build your life and business, that there will be so many people who can vouch for you and say, I don't care what anybody is saying, I've done business with you, I know you have integrity, okay, and I know you are very professional. That's what we want to do, and that's how we want to keep it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've gotten value. Please share this video, share with your friends, tell everybody how much this has added value to you, how much this impacted your life. Share, and tag me your testimony. I love to hear from you. Again, I'm Stephen Akintayo, Chairman GTEX Holdings, and I love you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.